Hey lovelies, welcome or welcome back to the channel. I'm Sierra, and for today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieved this beautiful 90s inspired makeup look. So if you like what you're hearing and if you like what you see, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that way you don't miss out on anything that me or Nizay post. And without further ado, let's jump right into this makeup video because it's giving Supermodel, it's giving Naomi Campbell, it's giving Flawless. Oh my gosh. Let's get into it. For today's video, I'm going to be trying to channel my inner Naomi Campbell. I'm going to show you guys what the reference photos are. So these are some of the reference photos, and we start with priming my face. And now I'll be going in with this e.l.f. Hydro Grip, not Hydro Grip, this is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I'm going to be using this. I'm going to be going in with this. This is the Glossier FutureDew. I'm going to mix this all in. And I love to use the Glossier FutureDew because it really hydrates my skin. And I feel like the key component to great makeup is always great skin. Skin first, makeup second. Because look at the glow that my skin has from using the FutureDew. It's amazing. I love it. Love it. Now, because this is a very matte look, I'm gonna actually set my face with this setting powder, and I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder, and this is in the shade Warm Sun. So I'm just gonna put this all over my face. Yes, for this look, you're gonna need a lot of powder. This look is very matte, it's very bright, and yeah, so I'm applying a lot of powder now because I really think that the brows are like the hardest part. So my skin should be relatively easy, but I think what's gonna be hard for me is matte because I usually like my skin dewy. So I'm just going ahead and doing a lot of powder now. But now that I've set with this Maybelline Fit Me powder, now I can start to do my brows. And I'm gonna go ahead and outline the shape, and then I'll come back and show you guys the shape that I did. And now I am going in and cleaning up my brows with my brow brush and some LA Pro Girl concealer. And like I said, I showed you guys the reference photos. These brows have to be thin, and I have very naturally thick brows, but I'm cleaning it up with this concealer, and I'm just going ahead and fixing up that shape that I outlined and show you guys. I just did the bottom, and now this is me cleaning up that top brow. And yeah. And now I'm going ahead and continuing to clean these brows up, and I think that they came out really good. For this to be my first time doing brows this thin, I'm very happy that I was able to execute the style. Back lovely, so these are what the brows are looking like. They are like razor thin, and remember, eyebrows are sisters, not twins. So these are what they are looking like so far. And now I'm gonna move on to the rest of my face. So the makeup look that I'm doing from Naomi Campbell, it's very, it's not simple, but there's not a lot going on. And I feel like that's just a good way to look at a lot of the makeup from the 90s. Like, it looks easy because their makeup looks so flawless and effortless, but it's not easy to replicate. But now I'm gonna move on to doing my skin, because I feel like the other highlights of the makeup look that I'm doing in particular is that lip and that skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and smash my face, highlight these cheekbones, and just add some depth to my face, because right now I'm just looking really cast out, but that's okay because I'm gonna fix that. So moving on to skin, because I'm gonna save the lip for last because lips are my favorite part. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to skin. Right now I'm using my Fenty Beauty matchsticks, and this is in the shade Espresso, and I'm just going to, like I said, I have to add some depth and color to my face, so I'm using that to contour, and then I'm gonna go ahead and blend this all out. If I blend this out, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about the 90s for a second. Like, if you don't know, there's clearly a huge, like, 90s Y2K resurgence, and me and Zay talked about this 90s Y2K resurgence in one of our previous videos, and talking about how thin is back in and all of the 90s trends that are coming back and just all of these things. And I think that something that is really, that I love that me and Zay are doing, we're just going to be recreating and putting ourselves into that 90s Y2K culture that we felt like, one, we weren't born to like really get the to enjoy it, but also because of the way that we look in our bodies, we were definitely excluded from it. So one of the ways in which we're going to be just creating joy as this resurgence is happening is by choosing to immerse ourselves in the culture, regardless of whether or not we are the people who were the standard at that time. Like, me and Zay were both plus size, we're dark skinned, and we just refused to like be left out of this big, huge worldwide resurgence. And that's why we're also coming on here and bringing you guys more tutorials and more design inspo and fashion inspo and just radical self-love affirmations and things for body positivity, because not only is it the 90s resurgence, it's also summertime, and I think that that can just be a very sensitive time for people who are plus size in general. And yeah, we are not going to allow this resurgence to steal our joy, and we're going to add to our joy by choosing to be inspired and do the things that we want to do. And some of those things are trying the 90s and the Y2K fashion trends, regardless of if we were, you know, the standard size for them, doing the makeup looks, regardless of if people would deem us as supermodels. I'm a supermodel in my own right, okay? So yeah, I just wanted to give some context as to why me and Zay are doing a lot of these tutorials and bringing them onto the channel. Very similar to why we started the Getting Back to the Basic Self-Care series. We want, you know, Black women, and especially Black women, and just people to really feel like they have what they need to take care of themselves, and also that there are ways for you to take care of yourselves with ease, affordability, and accessibility at the center. And we were especially doing the series for hair growth, and now we're transitioning, and also along with the hair growth tips and the mental health tips, we're also going to be paying attention to how we can also be in community while this 90s and Y2K resurgence is happening. So just wanted to say that. So now I'm going in with this LA Pro Girl concealer, and this is in the shade Toffee. And you guys, everything that I use will definitely be in the description box below, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments for me. But right now I'm just going ahead and highlighting. So I'm using this concealer to highlight, And I want a really bright under eye, so this is not the only highlight that I'm gonna do. This is just the first one that I am doing. So I'm going ahead and adding some highlight to my nose, doing above my lip, already did under the eye, a little on my forehead, and yeah. And now I'm just making sure that the lines underneath my eye are nice and crisp and clean. And now I'm gonna go ahead and this is the same espresso shade, and I believe I added a little more brown shadow to this like dense brush, and that's just because I did want a pretty harsh contour. Like the makeup look that I'm executing required me to have a pretty stark contour, so that's why I'm just going ahead and making sure that it's very, very visible. And now I'm starting to blend underneath my eye, and really just the name of the game for the rest of my skin is going to be the blending. So that's what you see me doing here. I'm trying to make sure that everything is blended out nice and neat. However, this is a beginner friendly tutorial. Things don't have to be perfect. I'm definitely not a perfectionist by any means, and I feel like in the end it always comes out good. So now I'm going ahead and cleaning up that contour line, and I'm highlighting underneath my, like where I made the line, and just continuing to go ahead and do all of that blending. And as you can see, the skin is definitely starting to come together. That's why, you know, don't worry. I know I wanted stark lines and I wanted things to be very visible, but you do not have to worry. And now I'm going ahead and starting to contour my nose, because I don't know if you could see, but from the way that I looked at the reference photos, I can definitely see some contour on the nose. So I'm just going ahead and taking that same shadow brush that I use with the espresso and the brown shade, and I'm going ahead and putting the contour on the bridge of my nose. And I'm continuing to blend, and you really want to blend into your brow, like into your brow bone, if like as I'm doing here, because you want it to be seamless and you don't really want it to be too harsh. So just make sure you blend it all the way up into your eyebrow. And after I do the bottom of my nose, I'm moving on to that bright under eye that I was telling you guys about, and I'm using the LA Pro Girl concealer, and this is in the shade Classic Ivory, and I'm going ahead and making like a small triangular shape underneath my eyes, because I really do want to get that very, very bright under eye. I'm not really the biggest fan of baking, mostly because I don't do it, but this is like my easiest way for me to get that bright under eye without having to use like too much powder underneath it. And also too, I like things simple, like, and I feel like these LA Pro Girl concealers are really, really cheap and easy to use. So if I have a shade of it that I can use, then that's what I'm gonna use. So yes, just blending this all out. I'm actually going to take some of that light ivory and put it back over my lid to get a little more coverage. And then after I finish this, I'm going to be moving on to my favorite part. And my absolute favorite part of this whole makeup look was the lips. So now I'm going in with the Fenty cream gloss. I have two true matte lipsticks, and I believe the purple shade is Clairvoyant, and this other one is a red shade. Like I said, I'll put it all in the description box. And to start this lip look, I'm going to be using that purple shade and outlining my lips. And I will tell you guys, I don't know what was happening, but my lines were not coming out as clean, but everything happens for a reason. So since they didn't come out super clean, I'll actually be able to show you guys how I clean up my lip line. And also, this method that I use to clean up my lips is the same method that I use when I need to fix my eyeliner. It's just using concealer to clean it all up. But I'm going in with the purple shade to make my lip line, and then I'm going to go on top of that purple shade with this red True Matte lipstick. And I actually think that this lipstick shade was really similar to the reference photo, and I was very happy with how it came out. I feel like it definitely it was giving. It was really, really giving what it was supposed to give. And now I'm going back in with this purple shade and with the Fenty cream gloss, and I'm just blending. Like I said, the name of the game is blending. Anytime I'm doing a lip look, I just have to blend things out, make sure it's not harsh, and really just be patient so that way I can achieve the lip combo that I know that I want. So that's what you guys will see me doing here. Just blending, touching up, going back and forth with the shades so that way I can achieve the combo that I like. And now, like I said, I'm showing you guys how to clean it up with concealer. So I take that same brush that I use to clean up my eyebrows, and I'm just going ahead and fixing up the outline of my lips. And do not worry, please don't worry, that line that I'm making with this concealer, it will be blended out with my beauty blender. Like I said, I just needed to clean up the outline of my lips because it just was not coming out the best, but that's okay because now I get to share with you all this method that I use to fix it all up. And y'all, do not be surprised if you see me wearing this look or a similar look like for the summer, because it was really, really, really very pretty. Like, I love this lip color. I've never been a big fan of red lips, but this with the purple, it just really, 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 I loved it. Like, I'm probably going to be doing this lip look a lot more often. I'm going back in with that True Matte Red lipstick, and I'm still blending out some of that purple so that way it's not as harsh. But look at that lip. It is so, so, so pretty. I really feel like this lip look saved the day. Like, it really brought the whole 90s makeup together, and I love the way that this lip combo came out. So now I'm just going in with this Wet n Wild mascara, and I'm just using this mascara to coat my lashes. I really don't like when I can see a whole lot of concealer underneath my lashes, and to try to prevent that, I just like to put a nice coating of black mascara on, so that way when I put my lash on, things can look very, very, very seamless. And now I'm just blending out that harsh line that I made when I was fixing up my lipstick. And I'm just blending that out with my regular old beauty blender. And this is the look without my lashes on. First of all, I could have just put on a little more mascara and kept it pushing like this. But I did decide to go ahead and put on a lash. But this was too cute. It was so cute. I'm using my Duo Lash Glue, and I'm going to be putting on a pretty thick pair. Well, these lashes are thick to me. I put on a pretty thick pair of lashes, and tip for girlies with some small eyes. You can just cut the tip of your lash off and just try to make sure it's even on both sides, and that will really, really help to make sure that your lashes fit on you very well. And another lash tip, it's really good for you to put your lashes on looking down into your mirror, and that definitely helps you to get your lash as close to your natural lash line as possible. So that's what you see me doing right here. And I do think that the lowering the mirror trick is very, very helpful if you're someone who struggles with putting your lashes on. Right now I'm just trying to make sure that that inner corner is sticking, because we know that the inner corner is always relentless and not trying to stay on. And then what I like to do, I like to pinch my real lash and the falsie together so that way it can be seamless. Okay, lovelies, this is the final look. I am in love. Oh my gosh. Y'all, this is amazing. So let me go do my hair so that way I can come back and oh my god, it came out so amazing. Let me know what you guys think of this look. Let me know if you guys would try it. This is my rendition of a 90s supermodel makeup look. Y'all, like, look at the reference photo, look at the face, look at the beat. I really just had to pop in and say that I did that. Okay, lovelies, this is the final look. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Now, honestly, it looks effortless. Like, it's really giving effortless, and I'm so excited for you all to try it. And look at the lip. I love the lip. I love the I don't even know. Like, I just really loved how it came out. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end of this makeup tutorial, please be sure to drop that pink heart, because I love you, lovelies, and Zay loves you, lovelies. And yeah, let me get closer so you guys can see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out those other 90s Y2K talks and tutorials we have on the channel, as well as the Getting Back to the Basics series. Bye!